Yo, what's up everyone? It is Mega, aka the Art Messiah, here to save you from your art sins. Welcome back to another draw along session with Mega. Today we're going to be working on some comic pages. I don't know why I say it as it's plural. We're going to be working on a comic page. We'll see if we can get to multiple. But yeah, today's going to be a chill drawing session as usual. We already got the chill music going on. Let me know if the audio is too loud or too quiet, and I can adjust those settings while we go ahead and get started. I'm just making sure I have everything that I need and getting stuff set up really quickly. Shout out to the people that are already here. What's up, Wilson? What's up, Kage? How are you guys doing tonight? My mic is pretty sensitive, so it picks up a lot of stuff, so I apologize for all the setup noise while we're waiting on the countdown. As per usual, we're a little bit late. Time schedule wise, I'm planning to stream about 9:30. So we'll see what we can get done in that time. So yeah, we'll jump into that in here in just a little bit. Of course, we like to start off with some announcements, just general things going on. I don't think I streamed last week. I was prepping for a convention, anime convention, which was a lot of fun, which I'll talk about a little bit later. That's why I didn't have a stream last week. The next month or so may be a little bit on and off while I'm, making use of, the good weather, summertime. It's a bit on the hotter side of things right now, but definitely want to make use of the summer weather, so streams may not be as frequent, but we do have some art to do, and that's what we're going to go ahead and get into. One of the things that I'm working on that I just want to announce really quickly is that I'm trying to kind of revamp my DeviantArt. I think I've mentioned that before. I have done a lot of work and put a lot of work into it, but now I'm trying to use it as a place to post a lot of stuff that I'm not really ready to share yet as like promotional artwork for the story Ignition that I'm working on. So I'm going to be using the little subscribe option that DA has to post kind of works in progress, things that are being worked on for Ignition, which I'm really excited about to do, specifically like for myself, just keep track of the work that I'm doing, that I'm putting into it, and just the concept art and everything like that. And for those of you that have seen my sketchbook tour, I plan to kind of scan in all those pages plus all the additional pages that I've done since that tour, which is quite a lot. I plan on scanning all of those and posting it specifically on that Ignition section, because it's a lot of concept and practice work to kind of get this story going. And as an added bonus for anyone that subscribes, I've been working on some stickers. If you follow my Instagram, you'll be able to see some, some samples, but there's 3 stickers that I have right now, and I'm planning to just give them out to the people that subscribe, and basically any future like stickers and things like that, I think I'll just give them out to anyone that is subscribed for free, or if it's a more expensive one, then like at a heavy discount. But yeah, there'll be more about that in the future, probably a little bit more marketing advertising as I actually get that a little bit more set up and running. I already have some folders and stuff and some artwork uploaded, but I want to make it I really want to make it polished and really good and professional for those of you that have been following along a little bit more closely and would like to see even more like behind the scenes and stuff that I generally wouldn't show to everybody, the public. So actually, that being said, what I'm working on today is a mini story for Ignition that I'm probably not going to post anywhere, but only there. It's a mini story that's based off of Ignition, and it is pretty cool. It does have some relevancy to the story, but just not until quite a bit later. So we are I'm kind of like sidelining it, just doing this one-off thing. So that's the type of content, that's the type of art that I want to put there on my DeviantArt. So if you're wanting to look at more art, DeviantArt's going to be my main, other than Instagram. And you can see stuff at like full quality, full size. On Instagram it's just little squares, so the formatting is just way better. So that is going to be the best place to view the stuff that I'm working on. Then once I get my webcomic back up and running, then my actual website will be the best place to keep up to date with things. But Instagram and DeviantArt will pretty much be where it's at for now. Yo, what's up, Ocean? Thanks for joining in. How are you doing tonight? How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys staying cool enough. Where I live, power went out in a lot of different places. Thankfully not for where I like specifically live, my apartment, but like surrounding places lost power, and it is like upwards 100 degrees. So stay cool out here. Okay, so that's it for announcement-ish type things. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into drawing, and if you guys want to, feel free to draw along. It's kind of the purpose of these drawing jam sessions. Just for you guys to see the process, my current process, and how I'm progressing as an artist. So hopefully you kind of enjoy. Now this page doesn't give anything away in my story, which is why I chose to look at this and start rendering out this page a little bit more. But this page also includes a lot of backgrounds and environments, which is something that's difficult for a lot of people, including myself. So it'll be a good chance to kind of chat about creating backgrounds, how to create backgrounds, and we'll kind of take it from there. Yo, what's good? Static Place. Is this your first time joining in on a stream? So I just gotta set up my layers real quick first. I know you guys can't see that. That's off screen for you guys, but let me just set up my layers and we're gonna get going. So as you guys can see, I am, for this mini story, I'm opting to kind of go with my pixel style that I've been kind of working on and refining and doing things with for a little bit now. So it's, I use this style to kind of concept things out a little bit more quickly, and I do like the effect that it has, but it helps me keep things simple and not to add in too much detail because I only have so many pixels to work with, which I think is a great limitation. As an artist, limitation can help you actually be more creative. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with a project or an idea, try to simplify and come up with limitations so that you can actually focus in and narrow in on the most important aspects of that project or that thing you're trying to complete. Alright, so for this first shot, We are going to be having an establishing shot with a character walking down this street. Okay. Okay, so I thought there was a little bit more going on. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that layer just for now. And we're gonna come to this one, and we're gonna, what's going on here? All right, there we go. We're just gonna slowly start refining stuff, and I'm actually gonna draw on the same layer. This helps a little bit with speed. Sometimes I will just redraw the entire thing, but I think I have a decent enough base here where I can start basing the entire panel off of this. And what I'm doing currently, and I actually I wouldn't say do this all the time, but put some time restrictions on the things that you're working on, because that'll help you stay focused. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put on, I'm just gonna say 10 minutes, because 5 minutes always ends up going by really quick, and backgrounds take a while. So I'm gonna give myself 10 minutes for this panel up here, and we're gonna see how far we can kind of get with it. But yeah, let me know what you guys are working on. I know there's a lot of artists that come along to these streams, and honestly that's kind of the point for me why I started this YouTube channel, was to connect with other artists and just have like a working space for other artists to get the information that they need, and maybe even the inspiration to you know, be working on their own projects and stuff. So this is very much a draw along, and I would love to know what other people are working on, if people are working on art, or if people are at work, something else, maybe a day job. Just kind of curious what everyone's up to. Also, I guess I want to show this other page really quickly to kind of show the backgrounds that I'm working on. We're going somewhat for that kind of effect. That's the level of polish we're trying to get to. My head is in pain. This is calming to me. Oh no. No. Like migraine, headache. What's going on? You good? I'm glad this is calming. I'm glad it helps out a little bit. I try to keep the vibes here chill, everything positive. I don't have any moderators here, but everyone who's here they're good people, so I don't really have to worry about you guys. Now, there's so much detail in backgrounds, and it'll take a while to get a background done. I'm not necessarily working off of any particular reference, but for some of the other panels I've already done, I use reference, and so now I'm basing a lot of the design shapes and stuff and types of props based on that reference that I saw. So don't think that you can do this without reference entirely, but once you get kind of used to what you might find in a city, then you can start creating artwork based on the knowledge that you already have. Static asks, have you seen the rise of TMNT? They have really good character design. Is that the new animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show? Because I haven't actually seen this show, but I've seen the designs for it. If it's the animated version. And they do have strong designs. Each character reads very different, which is honestly a lot different from like, you know, the original. Like the original, they all legit look the same. They just had different colored masks, and like this one, they're actually starting to define each of the characters a little bit more, which I think is a good move in terms of design. Okay. So also while I'm creating backgrounds, sometimes I add props and locations based on what will make the design look more interesting. Like I'm gonna add some trees in here somewhere. Not entirely sure where exactly yet, but that'll definitely come into play. And this is going to be like a collage of panels because we're basically showing a character move throughout a scene, and I didn't just want to do it like panel by panel. I kind of want to just show all of it together and how it kind of flows all together. So this is the current panel flow that I have, but it is subject to a little bit of change. We might change up the flow of it a little bit, but it's just what we have for right now. And I'm happy with it for right now, so. Yo, Ice Bear Shinobi, what's up? What is good? Hello, hello. How are you doing tonight? What do you guys think about creating backgrounds? Some that comes easy for you, something you hate, something that you absolutely love. What are your thoughts? Backgrounds can be kind of relaxing for me if I'm not in a rush. Unfortunately, I'm in a rush, but they're still pretty relaxing if I have some chill music on. And I can just zone in, which right now I'm zoned in. And I got cool people to hang out with while I do this. So thanks for coming through. Alright, I guess. Now that doesn't sound too confident. It doesn't sound so good. What's going on? What's happening? Got work stuff, personal things. I'm not gonna pry too much. You don't want to open up. It's cool. Hope, you know, again, closer to the end of the day, hopefully things start looking a little bit better. I don't usually draw backgrounds, but I've been learning digital painting lately. I feel it. Yeah. I want to draw more backgrounds, but I end up shying away from it because of the time it takes, and I usually just draw characters, and it's kind of been my focus, drawing dynamic poses. But I've been drawing more backgrounds recently, and even when I draw characters, I try to draw backgrounds for them, even simple ones. What program are you using for digital painting right now? That sounds cool, getting into digital painting. I hope you like it. Alright, so that was 10 minutes, and yeah, as you guys can see, it's like drawing backgrounds takes a while. That was 10 minutes, and it feels like I didn't really get that far, but it's just what it is, you know what I mean? It's just what it is. So you're gonna keep pushing. Okay. Photoshop and Procreate. Nice. Not proficient with Procreate, but I always hear good things about it. I see a lot of artists using it, so that means it's good, right? And if a lot of artists use it, that means it's good, bro. But Photoshop is really good for digital painting. I'm working in Clip Studio Paint right now, but Photoshop has been my main for years and years, over 10 years. So it's solid, and the best part about Photoshop is the photo manipulation specific tools that you have, which I honestly don't think that beginners that are just getting used to the program should use just yet. Get used to the drawing and stuff first, but there's some powerful tools that can help speed up a workflow, but also just produce some really cool effects that you probably couldn't do traditionally. So yeah, hopefully that's a good experience for sure. Hopefully it's a good experience for you. Hopefully you like that. Oh, we gotta render some windows for these buildings so they look more like buildings. And this is a part that takes a while. I'll show you guys a few ways that I render windows currently, and who knows, maybe you can use that on your next digital painting if that actually helps anyone. But I'll show you some of the things that I do. I'm using it because it's free, and most professionals that visit my campus generally use it. Now, are you talking about Photoshop or Procreate? Because Photoshop isn't free. Unless you have a student, you got a student version maybe. I'm not sure if Procreate is free. Or are you saying you made it free? Cause that ain't free. Photoshop. Okay. What you guys? You got a student license? Or are you doing it some other means? Cause I've had free Photoshop before, but remember, sometimes less is more, so don't get too crazy with these details. Especially when you're doing comics. Just like, even if you're spending more time with your comic and you're not doing it as quickly as I am, do not spend too much time on details and rendering, because people are going to be flipping through it quick. You just want to make sure you get the message across. And if you have that extra time, go for it. Go all in with the details. But, you know, make sure that everything that you add is actually serving the story that you're telling, rather than just adding in a lot of stuff that it's not adding anything to the story. Well, free while I'm a student, that is, and progress $10. Okay, yeah. Yep, makes sense. I don't remember if I could get it free when I was a student because I was an art student, but I do remember they did have like discounts on some of like the software, like if you were just a student at the university, just like regardless, you know. Alright, I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more of what I'm working on. Okay, rendering windows takes a while. One thing that you can do is like kind of create a pattern and copy and paste. I think I might try that out, but sometimes that's hard in a perspective kind of way. Sometimes I can look a little off. We're gonna see what we can do though. We're gonna try out a few different techniques here. Alright, so we got one style of window. Ocean says, at work on break, working with gouache paint, but now cleaning up. But Clip Studio Paint is 50% off right now until June 21st, and Adobe does discounts for students with a student email address for 4 years. Oh, dope. Teachers also get the same discounts as students, but it lasts younger, I believe, as long as they have school email address. Well, that's what's up. That's what's up then. If you're in and around a university, sounds like you're gonna get the hookup with Photoshop. And you know, that makes sense in terms of like a business standpoint for Photoshop, because like, you know, if you use it all the time at university, then when you graduate, you're still gonna want to use it when you're working as a professional, and so they maintain a loyal customer, and they kind of help you out in the beginning when you need it, when you don't really have any money as a student. So that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me for sure. Also, Ocean, that's dope about Clip Studio Paint, because I was waiting on that to go on sale so I could pick up a one-time purchase of it. But then I forgot. I don't know if the one-time purchase is if it works for Android like as well. Can I do like a one-time purchase and that'll be okay with Android as well, or will I still have to be subscription based? Because that would kind of suck. Excuse me. Whoops, I'm in a little longer. So you get it longer than 4 years. It's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal at all. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna make a tab already for Clip Studio Paint, so I know that's 50% off. I've literally been waiting patiently, and I want to do a one-time purchase because I'm tired of subscription-based stuff and spending way too much on a software where I don't have any real like returns. Like, most of the stuff is a passion. I'm not really in the future I'll sell more artwork, but I'm not really selling artwork right now. I'm just teaching, trying to help other people out, and trying to create my passion project. So just want something one-time purchase and be done with it. Alright, so it's gonna be my last 10 minutes for this panel up here. I'm spending too much time, but I think we're rendering it out to a point where we kind of understand what's supposed to be in the panel. Yeah, teachers get longer than 4 years for use. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I was like, it lasts younger. I'm like, what is that? What does that mean? Thanks for the clarification. Also, thanks for the heads up on the sale. I don't know if I ever said that or not, but thanks for giving me the heads up. That literally must have just happened recently because I've been checking in pretty frequently this month, because based on previous sales, they usually do it in this month, so I was on the lookout for that. I don't think I want a power line cutting across this entire panel. I think that will look weird, so I'm not gonna do that. I might draw some power lines in on top, like here somewhere though. Something like that. Just to help frame the panel a little bit more. I could potentially draw some cranes going out that way, or I could draw some street lights coming in here. I think the street lights will look okay, so we're gonna do something like that for these street lights. That comes out a little bit too far. And we're gonna kind of silhouette those, so we're gonna add some texture here. How much is a discount? I might buy it. I'm looking at it right now. I think it should be around, like, if you want the entire thing, Um, okay, actually, let me start with the Pro. The Pro version gives you pretty much all the features of Clip Studio Paint, but I think there's like a few things with like page management, like comic page management, like what I've got going on the left. That's in X. You have to have Clip Studio Paint X, which is kind of like the upgraded version of Pro, and that one's $129, and that's a one-time purchase. Like that's it for using the software for, from what I imagine, the rest of your life, as long as you know that software works on the operating system you use. So if you really want to lock it down, it's like you can just get a dedicated computer and lock that in on whatever version of Windows that works with this Clip Studio Paint version, and then just like you're good for like 10, 20, however many years that computer lasts. So honestly, it's a good deal if you're gonna be creating comics. There's some comic specific tools that Photoshop doesn't have currently. They might get that in the future, but something that Photoshop doesn't have currently, so may be useful. It can be kind of hard creating smaller figures. We'll go in, get back in, and detail that a little bit more here in a little bit. Then we got 3 minutes and 30 seconds. They give you discounts for updates too. Oh, perfect. So that's good then. That's a pretty good deal. I'm gonna probably hop on that then. Fill this in more. But yeah, once you get like the composition, like this type of stuff done, cleaning up a background is easy. It's just a matter of time, and right now we're setting all the important details. I don't know how much road detail we want to add at this point in time. Okay, so I need to add some detail into the window. We're gonna try that next. That won't help me much since I want to work on video games and film. Okay, that's fair enough. Video games and film. Are you talking like concept art, or there's a lot of art direction within movies and video games. So like, is it creating character? Are you looking to do like character design? What is it? Prop design, that kind of thing. Ocean says they do have 3D models. Not sure if you can build on it though. You might be able to in X, but Blender is free for 3D. Yeah, they do have 3D models, but if you're doing 3D modeling, it's not a 3D modeling software. Like Ocean said, Blender's pretty good. Yeah, Maya's really good as well. Okay, I gotta stop procrastinating on these windows. I'm gonna create a new layer because I'm pretty happy with what this looks like for right now, and I don't want to screw it up here in this next section. Copy and paste that. Wait, did it do it? I think it did, I guess. Did it? Did it though? It did. Alright, we need to transform this, but we need to like skew it. Let's see if they have that. Oh, they got perspective. Let's see what perspective does. See if this will help me. Nah, let's use skew instead. Edit, transform, skew. Let's see if, yeah. We just want to use a skew on this one. Maybe raise that up a little bit. Okay. Again, to get better at rendering backgrounds, I would literally just go around like your city or find pictures online if you don't live close enough to a city, and just go out and draw on location and try simplifying down the building shapes and everything, and you're gonna start coming up with your own techniques and shorthands to render this stuff out. Yo, what's up, Brandon? Can't stay but staying. But saying what up, though? Page is looking good. Thank you. Looking good. They're looking a little rough, but they are being rendered. They're coming along, so thank you. We are in that clean up and rendering phase and stage, so that is what we're going to be doing, cleaning up rendering. And yeah, I want to say, you had a cool stream today as well, Brandon. For those of you guys in the chat that don't know Brandon, I know some of you already do. Some of you that don't, you can find his Instagram page through that same name, and they do some live streams from here and there as well. So if you like seeing people work on comic pages or just doing art in general, then check them out. I do a mix here on this channel. Actually, I think this is like one of the few times I'm actually working on pages. Usually I'm working on concept art and stuff like that. Icebear Shinobi says, as a 2D artist, I want to do concept, but for 3D, I want to be generalist, including modeling, rigging, animation, and texturing. Okay, so the whole gamut. That's dope. Those are some like really good skills to have, and definitely like you will be valued, because people that are good at modeling and stuff like that, it's not, I mean, yeah, there's not that many. I mean, there's a lot of people trying to learn how to do it, but like you got to be pretty dedicated. Art in general, you got to be pretty dedicated. What would you say you have more an interest in 3D or 2D? It kind of sounds like you're more interested in 3D, but buildings on the side here, I don't want them to be too plain. I think we're gonna add like a little center window right here. And to be honest with you, I wish I could probably render it out even more, but this is all for now. I love the feeling of molding things into reality, especially since seeing Arcane. Oh yeah, the art direction in Arcane was incredible. Yeah, the art and the modeling, the characters came across so clean, yet so expressive at the same time. Yeah, one of the coolest things I've seen in a while, like art-wise, and yeah, cool. Dope. So it would be your, I guess, I'm imagining, you know, you want to work for a studio. Is there like a certain studio that you want to work for? You want to be kind of independent, work on your own type of thing? What are you thinking? Alright guys, so this is my favorite part, is let's take a look at the before and after, shall we? So this is what it looked like when we started, and this is where we're at now. Let's take a little bit of closer look at it, huh? Let's make it as big as we can. Still fit it on the screen, there we go. Alright, so before, after, before, after. So that was like too long. That took too long. But we did it. Moving on to the next panel. This is an establishing shot, so naturally it's going to take a little bit longer, and that's okay. We're going to jump into here, and I think I'm just going to merge all of those layers together now, so I can do something. So I can do this. So if I go here and I merge selected layers, then I can turn this blue. Okay. And we can kind of see what's going on here. Let's turn off maybe this so we can kind of figure out what I'm doing here. Yeah, we'll turn off those two. We're going to see if we can kind of blend these two panels together. We're going to figure out how. I do want to work for a studio. At first I wanted to work for Netflix, but they don't do any of their own animation past the storyboards and character design. I don't know too much about how Netflix works. I do know a lot of shows, usually when they get animation, like the actual animation, like they send it to like South Korea or like some other place, but I don't know how Netflix contracts out their works, because I'm pretty sure like Netflix reaches out to studios who will pitch what they're trying to do for a show, and Netflix will give them the funding and platform to host their show on. So rocking poses gets me every time. Rocking poses can be difficult. For sure. For sure. Uh, just checking back in on the chat now. Getting better at walking poses is my next mission, lol. Walking poses are so difficult because they're so subtle, right? And it's like, it's just like this tiny shift of weight, and if you get it wrong, like it looks so strange, and it's, I don't know. Kudos to the people that can nail it right every time. That's something I have to get reference for most of the times because my walk poses seem stiff and unnatural sometimes. We're working on this one right here for sure. We'll see what we can do with it. Okay. Oh, I feel like I need to arrange it a little bit better here. But I do like the general content we've got going. I think this is gonna look pretty nice here. Ocean is asking, what is your playlist for the stream? Or wait. What is your playlist for the stream? One you created or one you got from YouTube or Spotify? Oh, got you. It's a Spotify playlist. Unfortunately, I can't play copyrighted music, so I play music from Chill Hop Radio. So if you go on Spotify and type in Chill Hop Radio, you'll be able to find a similar playlist. So I only play like this and like some of my own music, so I don't get any strikes or anything like that. So I can keep uploading live streams and stuff. So yeah, a little tip for those of you guys that are planning to stream or that do stream and are looking for music. That is one source that you can use. I got it wrong a lot in this one shot. I had to let it go and just be okay with it. Yeah, yep. I think I'm at that point too where I'm just gonna have to. I think people can generally tell that this is someone walking, and if they can't, then I failed as an artist. But that's good. It's good to fail as an artist because then you can come back and see where you failed, and then you'll know when you have improved because you can come back to something that you like for real, just something that you were struggling with so much back then, and then come back and just be able to kill it and be able to draw that thing with such confidence. Like his butt is poking out. That's not the effect we're going for. But we do want to show the shift in his weight. Okay, that looks better. It looks better. And that's all we're going for right now. Alright, let's see how we can merge this with this panel up here now a little bit better. that panel in. That's not gonna be a problem. That one's not gonna be a problem. Alright, I just gotta figure out how to blend this nicely into this top panel. And we will be set. Alright, we got someone new in the chat. What is up, Yabuki? What's good, what's happening? How you doing tonight? We're just working on some comic pages. Feel free to draw along. We're all just kind of chilling, working, getting stuff done. Okay. We're gonna duplicate this because we're gonna try some things out. Generally speaking, we can probably slide this over more, maybe not too much. Oh no. Accidentally drew on the wrong layer. Alright, that should do it now. So I think I drew some stuff that I'm now gonna have to partially delete. We're gonna see. next, I got a question for you guys. Is there anything that you guys struggle on for drawing or for drawing backgrounds? I'm kind of at a place right now in this drawing where, like, I don't know, I don't want it to get too busy. I want people to generally be able to figure out what's going on, but I don't want to do just one establishing shot. I want to show like the progression of moving from like one location to another. I always thought that these kind of I don't know what they actually are. I think they're like maybe gas turbines or something like that, or like these like hydro plants. I always thought these things look like volcanoes, these things that they have at factories. So we're just gonna kind of show the clouds kind of bubbling up and maybe even going across here a little bit. I'm gonna show a little bit of that, right? Okay, we got this here, so we're just gonna go ahead and start throwing in some lines. Render this out a little bit. Did I? Yeah, I did. Alright, so let's see how things are looking now. So yeah, definitely a lot of changes. Looks like you can maybe shift down this artwork a little bit. Would actually might help me out a little bit. Actually might help out. Might give me a little bit more breathing room. If I can shift this down slightly. Maybe something like this. We'll leave it for now. Oh, I knew this page would be taking quite a bit to do. There's just a lot of detail. I'm gonna go to 950 and call it. I struggle with filling in the empty space and perspective, more things that I'm excited to learn about. So like, do you mean filling, let's make sure I'm on the right layer for you. Oh no, I hope I'm not getting a crash right now. Everything's frozen. Please don't crash, please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please. Oh no, oh no. Okay, well, while I'm waiting to see if it's gonna crash or not, we're talking about filling in empty space. Is it for things like you've drawn like the outline of an object but you need to detail it in? Or do you have like a general idea but you just don't know, you know, what props to place into the background and that kind of thing? Like, you know, what should actually populate the scene, what makes sense to populate the scene. Because let's see if it's working now. Yes, it's working, okay. Let me make sure this is saved. I think it is. Because I feel like, okay, yeah, it is the second one, okay. Because I feel like it's, you have to think through a lot. When you're like trying to figure out what details to place, you kind of need to think about like what the character is doing, what location they're in. If it's like someone's bedroom or something like that, like you have to try to give it some personality. You know, you have to tell a little something about the world or the character for when you're coming up with environments, which can be, you know, quite a tall order. Well, actually both, lol. I mean, the kind of, it's very similar. Both things are very similar. You know, in order to fill in an object, you have to know that object. So most of the time you need a reference. But when you're trying to figure out even what object to even place in the scene to begin with, that takes a little bit of like critical thinking, like what would actually make sense in this scene, what would make sense to be here, and that comes with experience. the more scenes you draw, the more things you'll be able to reference back to and be like, oh, I drew something similar to this. I know what kind of things are going on at a harbor or a factory. And I always think that like seeing stuff in person is the best way to go about that. Like, you know, if there's a port or harbor you can go to reference and learn like what objects and items may be at that destination, that's going to be your best, because you can get any angle, any shot you want, and you can really pay attention to details. But yeah, it's difficult. Hey, is that a sketch storyboard? Yeah, that's correct. It's just like a thumbnail for a comic page. Something in between a thumbnail and like final art. My thumbnails are even looser than this, believe it or not, but yeah, it's indeed meant to be quick. To produce this quickly, to kind of get the story beats down, so that way when you're actually doing the finished artwork, you know what you're doing and you don't have to like waste so much time trying to figure out you know, what's going on in the background, what the character's saying, all that kind of stuff. Like that should all be figured out in the storyboard. So all that is figured out, you know what I mean? So visually, it's figured out. I'm studying the book Color and Light, but I don't have any clue what I'm reading now. Yo, what? I think I have a book called Color and Light. Hold on a sec. Or maybe, I don't know, I might have recommended it in a previous stream or something. I apologize if I recommended something that's challenging to understand. Hold on. Yes. I do have a book called Color and Light, A Guide for the Realist Painter by James Gurney. Is that the book you're talking about? James Gurney. I'm not sure if I've read it to understand it yet, but I look at the illustrations and just get inspiration from the illustrations and try to figure out some of the reason behind the color picking. But perhaps I can do some either live streams or some videos about this book, about breaking it down and breaking down color. It's got some beautiful illustrations. I can tell this dude has a good foundation of color and light. So I think that would be something really cool to go over. Yeah, James Gurney. That is some incredible art. Like, regardless of what style you choose, I think you can probably learn something about lighting from that dude. I don't know how easy it is to understand though. It sounds like it's not very easy to understand, huh? Alright guys, well, it is coming up to about the time where I'm going to go ahead and put down my pencil. I did have a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys had some fun kind of watching me doodle and sketch. As per usual, I'm going to go through and show what we worked on before I close out the stream. But yeah, hopefully you learned a little bit about my process. And at the very least, maybe just had just a good show music to draw to and someone to draw along with at the very least. So yeah, let's scroll through this page and lay down the pencil for this stream. You are welcome, Yabuki, and thank you, Kage. Progress is being made. Okay, so let's go ahead and scroll through here. So, you can go ahead and dismiss that now. We have got our, let's go into about maybe this soon. We've got our establishing shot. Character walking down a street. We see him move into a different location and find a destination and a location, open up some doors and go inside an elevator, and entering a room. So all within one page. And trying to draw these background type stuff is very time consuming, and if you want to render this type of stuff with even more detail and then add in color, you can see how the time may add up. So yes, as a comic artist, you have to be very, very let's see, smart with your time, because you could go all in for all of these different types of panels and stuff like that. So anyways, again, thanks everyone for coming out. Had a blast drawing with you guys as per usual. Keep on keeping on. Some closing announcement type thingies or wrap up items. If you like this stuff, of course, like and subscribe so you can see my updates. I try to do live streams every Wednesday at 8. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but sometimes it does, and when it does, it's always a good time. So feel free to come around and hang out. Instagram is where you'll see most updates about live streams and things that I'm working on, and DeviantArt is where you can see more behind the scenes and more artwork and in a better format. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Keep on keeping on, and until next time, peace and deuces.